Hello guys, welcome back again to another tutorial. My name is Dorothy. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I transformed these patterns that I drafted earlier in my previous video to how I made this beautiful dress you see me putting on right now. This is a bridal train dress, so if it's something you are really interested in, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Now let's just get right into the video. Now for this off shoulder with a cut together sleeve pattern, I have already transferred the pattern to a fabric, and as you can see on the center front I added 1/2 inch sewing allowance on the side. Then for this side front I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance on the side. On the center back I added 1/2 inch sewing allowance on the side, while for the side back I added 1.5 inches on the side, just like I did for the center front. Now I'm going to remove the pattern paper from the main fabric, and as you can see on the main fabric I've already gone ahead to iron paper stay on it to give this fabric an element of strength, because I am working with a Duchess silk fabric and this fabric is lightweighted. On the breast cuff area I just double the gum stay to give the bust some structure. If you want, you can go ahead to fully pad this using your wadding or your stay. So guys, we are going to be working with the front pieces first, so I'm just going to keep the back pieces one side. Then here on this front pieces I'm just going to lay the center front like this, then I'm going to lay the side front like this, just the way you see me doing. Now I'm going to pick the side front and place it on the center front, right side facing each other. Then I will use my office pin to arrange the both pieces together, just the way you see me doing. Now if you don't have office pin, you can go ahead to sew this directly on your sewing machine, but for the sake of my beginners, and I will tell you this for free, having an office pin as a tailor is very important. Okay, it will make your work easier and you're going to be able to sew on any curve or edges easily if they are both pinned together. Guys, don't mind my voice, I am just waking up from sleep to do this voiceover, so just go ahead and pin your princess dart bustier together, and this is what it looks like after I was done pinning it down. So now I'm just going to repeat the same thing to the other side of the princess dart curve. I'm going to place the side front on the center front like this, then I'm going to use the office pin to hold it together. This is what I have after I was done pinning the both sides. So now I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew the dart. Then I will do the same thing to the other side as well. I'll take it over to the sewing machine and I will sew. So now let me go and do this and bring it so that you see what we have. And I'm also going to do the same thing to the lining pieces as well. Now for the back pieces, I'm simply going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to place the side back on the center back like this, right side facing each other, and I'll also do the same thing to the other pieces as well. I'll place the side back on the center back like this. I will arrange the both pieces together just the way you see me doing, then I will use my office pin to hold it together. After that, I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew the dart. And I will repeat the same process for the lining piece as well. So guys, this is what I have after I was done sewing the dart. Okay, you can see how nice it looks. So the next thing I'm going to do is to use my scissors to notch around the curve area. So go ahead and do the same thing so that when you're ironing it, it will stay flat and nice. When you are notching around the dart, be easy so that you don't end up cutting through your seam line. After notching this dart, turn it to the other side and continue notching the dart area just the way you see me doing. Now I'm going to head over to the ironing table and I'm going to give this a good press. Now for the back pieces, I'm done sewing the dart as well, and I'm also going to be notching it. After notching it, I'm going to head over to the ironing table and iron it the same as well. I will also notch the lining pieces, then take it to the ironing table and iron all the pieces together. So guys, this is what I have after I was done ironing the front pieces. You can see how neat it looks, and I also ironed the lining pieces just as I told you I would. You can see how the bust curve is sitting pretty. I didn't even pat this much, I just iron gum stay on it, and you can see how the bust curve is sitting pretty. If you're not getting the same results, you are doing the wrong thing. Okay, to all my babies on this channel, make sure yours is better than mine. Okay, now I'm going to place the lining piece and the original piece together, right side facing each other. Now at this point there is no original piece. Anyone can be original piece because we are using the same fabric as the lining piece, but I'm still going to place it together, right side facing each other. Then I will decide later which one is the original piece. I'm going to use my office pin to pin the V neckline. Okay, then I'll go ahead to arrange the neckline, the sleeve together, right side facing each other like this. Then I will be pinning this all the way. After pinning the neckline, I'm going to arrange the both sides properly. Then I will use my office pin to hold it together as well. Now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to be stitching the neckline just the way you see me directing. Then I will stitch around the armhole because this is a sleeveless dress, and I will also be stitching the side. I'm going to do the same thing to the back pieces as well. I'll place the back pieces and its lining together, right side facing each other. Then I'm going to be sewing the neckline, the center back, that is the zipper allowance. I'll be closing it up, but I'll be leaving the armhole and the side open because I'll be using it to turn the sleeve. And I will do the same thing to the second pieces as well. I'll place the main piece and the lining piece together, right side facing each other. I will be closing up the neckline and the center back, that is the zipper allowance. I'll leave the side and the armhole open for turning later. So guys, this is the front piece, and this is when I was done sewing the neckline, the both side and the armhole, as you can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to use my scissors to notch around the neckline so that by the time I turn this over to the right side, the neckline will sit properly. And I will also be notching around the armhole curve like this. By notching the armhole curve, it will help the armhole curve to relax when we turn this over to the right side and give it a good press. Now I'm just going to turn this over to the right side, use my scissors to push out these curvy edges. Then I will take this over to the ironing table and give it a good press. Now I'll do the same thing to the back pieces. I'm going to use my scissors to notch around the neckline, then turn this over to the right side, then give it a good press as well. And I'll also do the same thing to the second piece. So guys, this is what I have after I was done ironing. You can see how neat it is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the sleeve, because I will not call this the shoulder, because the shoulder is extended with the sleeve. The back piece is already on the front piece, just as you can see. So what I'm going to do is this. I will open the side I didn't sew on the back piece, then I will place the front piece shoulder line or sleeve line in between the back sleeve like this. Then I'm going to use my office pin to hold it together. This is just the same way you join your shoulders together. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my office pin to hold this together. Then to join the side, I will push the front piece in like this, then I will arrange the both sides just the way you see me doing. Now I'm going to use my office pin to hold the both sides together around the armhole all the way down to the side. This is just one of the easiest methods to fix your shoulder joining to have a seamless finishing, especially if you are working on a sleeveless dress or top. So go ahead and pin yours all the way like this, and when you are done, you're going to take this over to the sewing machine to sew. After pinning this all the way through, I'm just going to take this over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch this just the way you see me directing. I'm going to do the same thing to the second side, and before I repeat the same process on the second side, I have to take this to the sewing machine and first of all stitch. After that, I'll pull it out just the way you see me doing. Then I'll go ahead to fix the second side. Before you repeat the same process for the second piece, go ahead and sew the first one. For the second piece, I'm going to repeat the same process all over again. I will place the front shoulder in between the back shoulder like this. Then I will use the lining from the back shoulder to cover up for the front. After that, I'm just going to use my office pin to hold it together. After that, I'm going to arrange the both back pieces together, right side facing each other, and I will do this by pushing the front piece in like this. Then I'm going to use my office pin to pin this all the way around. I will pin from the side all the way to the armhole, and when I'm done with that, I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch this just the way you see me directing. So guys, this is what I have after I was done blocking the shoulder. Then I went on to sew around the armhole all the way to the side, just as I told you earlier, and I did the same thing to the second side as well. I blocked the shoulder, then I went on to sew all through the armhole down to the side. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my scissors to notch around the armhole so that by the time I turn this over to the right side, the armhole is going to sit properly, and by the time I iron it out, everything will come out perfect. So go ahead and do the same thing, notch around your armhole curve. After notching, I'm going to turn this over to the right side by pulling it out like this. You can see that the shoulder have a seamless joining. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I will just pull it out. Now I'm going to take this over to the ironing table and I will give this a very good press. So guys, this is what I have after I was done ironing. You can see how neat and clean it is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join this to the skirt part. Already I have drafted the skirt in my previous video, so if you have not seen the skirt part, go ahead and watch that video, okay? So I folded the skirt into two, then notched the midpoint, and I did the same thing to the half length. I folded it into two, then and notch the midpoint. Now let's join the both pieces together. I have the pattern drafting video of this piece, that is the half length and the skirt part, on this channel, so I will leave the link of both videos in the description box or end screen. So now I placed the front skirt pieces on the table like this, then I placed my half length on it, right side facing each other. Now I'm going to join the midpoint of the both pieces, okay? Then I will use my office pin to pin it. After that, I'm going to pin the remaining parts just the way you see me doing. After pinning the both pieces together, I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine to sew, and I will do the same thing to the both back pieces as well. I will place the skirt and the half length together, then I will take it over to the sewing machine to sew. So let me go and do this and bring it so that you see what we have. So guys, this is what I have after I was done joining the skirt part and the half length together. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to place the both back pieces together, right side facing each other. Then I'm going to head over to the sewing machine to sew the zipper allowance by the 1-inch zipper allowance that I left. So guys, this is what I have after I was done blocking the zipper allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do is to join the both sides together. So now I'm just going to place the front and the back pieces together, right side facing each other. I will arrange the both pieces properly so that they will be equal. Now if you remember the sewing allowances you left while you were drafting the pattern, you can go ahead and join the both side using the same sewing allowance, and if you like you can still use this method. They are both the same thing, okay? So here on the bust point, I simply divided the bust circumference measurements that I am working with by 2, then I mark it on both sides. Then on the waistline I did the same thing. I simply divided the waist circumference measurement that I am working with by 2 and I marked it. After that, I used my chalk to connect the both points together. Then here on the hip line, I did the same thing as well. I simply divided the hip circumference measurements that I am working with by 2, then I mark it. Now I'm going to connect all of these points together using my chalk like this. Then from the hip down to the length of the dress, I'm going to sew the side by 1 inch. So now I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine to stitch all the way like this. So guys, this is what I have after I was done joining the both side. Let me turn this over to the right side so that you see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like on the right side. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fix the zipper. So on the zipper allowance, you see right now I'm just going to be loosening it a bit, just enough to accommodate the zipper length. After loosening the zipper allowance, now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine to fix the zipper. So guys, this is what I have after I was done fixing my zipper. You can see how neat it is. So the last thing that I did was to hem the length of this dress, and don't worry about the squeeze. I'm going to use iron to straighten it out, and that's pretty much about it. If you find this video really helpful, do well by giving this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe, turn on your bell notifications so that you get notified when I drop new video. If you have any question, any feedback, or any style inspiration that you would like me to recreate, let me know in the comment section. For now, bye. I will see you all in my next video.